Newsday Tuesday. Len, my friend, how you doing?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. Let me see if I zoom in. No, it doesn't. I can't zoom in on mine. Trying to let you get a shot of the dogs here. We got a good shot of the dogs. Those aren't all my dogs, just some art, but you could probably see it.
Yeah, you can
But
see.
yeah, I'm doing
Okay.
well. I'm looking out on the snowscape here, and it sounds like it's coming to an end a little bit soon.
I'm ready. I'm ready
A
for the
little,
spring.
a little, a little. I mean, I'm also, hawking NBC Olympics. You know, let's watch some of that if you can. Um, Support the United States and support, I guess, NBC Connecticut. But um, they've always been great with me. But can't do plugs even for NBC, I guess. But the Olympics are great. Definitely check it out. Um, yeah, I guess the weather trend now is what? In the next 10 days, it's going to be above freezing. The next 9 days, I know at least. When I was looking at the 10-day last night, it was cold last night. It was colder than last night. But yeah, I think we got snow in the forecast the day of this recording. But I think it seems like maybe a warming trend. It could be a temporary one. I mean, let's be real. It's February. So
Yeah, I'm ready for spring already.
yeah. What's the
Yeah,
thing you want to do?
just go outside. Yeah, it's been too cold.
It's come down to that. It has. It has. I mean, my dogs are miserable. Uh,
Yeah,
Deer's got cabin fever.
yeah, they're miserable.
So, I mean, they can't sniff in all the places they normally do. Obviously, they can't pee and poop in all their favorite spots. Yeah, they're just not getting out walking. Like we got littler dogs, and you got to be careful with them when you're talking below zero. The one will hang out there for 15, 20 minutes till her paws finally freeze. Um, we try to corral her in before then, but she just wants to be outside. The other guy, he wants to have nothing to do with it. You got to kick his butt outside practically just to get him to go. Um, he'll hold it in. He's crazy. How about you have one, right? You have one dog?
Two.
Two.
Yeah,
Goodness. All right, you're like us.
the smaller one never wants to go out, but the bigger one wants to go out.
Is the bigger one in heaven just loving the snow?
Yeah, eating it, just running around, diving in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, our little one with the two coats, she not like coats you buy, but she's got two coats of fur on her. It's a strange breed. She loves the cold. She loves the snow, but she's only like this high. So once the snow gets to here, it's like imagine if you had a 9-foot wall of snow and you couldn't see above it. That the you know,
she's gone.
yeah, just not happy with it. So it was funny last night. Um they just both our dogs have cabin fever. And have you been digging trails for them?
Yeah,
Do your dogs like the trails or not like the trails?
the smaller one likes the trails, but the bigger one, he likes to jump through the snow. So I just let him go through the snow.
Do they chase each other?
Nah, the little one wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, ours are both close enough to the same size that they'll play together sometimes. We wish they did more, certainly. But last night, I think they were up to here with energy at 11 at night, and they just started running around in all the tunnels that Mrs. B and I had cut for them. I mean, they went for a good 10 minutes and then time for bed. So that worked out. That worked out.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can have fun in this snow. The truth is that, I love going out and doing snowshoeing and cross country skiing. But Mrs. B will not go with me when it's this cold. I mean, it's 10 degrees outside. At the height of the heat of the day plus wind. And, I can dress for it. I'm fine. I'm used to it. But it's just not everybody's cup of tea. So, um, but I'm excited now. Like tomorrow morning, possibly, if we get, I know the temp's going up, so it could be icy, but if it's in any way fluffy, I may get out with the snowshoes and at least in the yard and cut some trails for the oil man, that kind of thing. I started one, but that's a lot of digging, Rome. So,
Yeah.
and what I'm talking about, of course, is the oil truck comes to the house, and the oil man or woman has to drag that long, hose to go to the back of your house, like our house, and put the oil in the tank every 3 months, 2 months. So, yeah, I mean, thank goodness our oil has been a sipper so far, our burner. And so we still got half a tank, knock on wood. But, that can run out fast. You got to be careful. But
Yeah.
anyway, so maybe I'll get out digging tomorrow because it's going to be like 20, 30 in the morning. Not that bad temperature wise. So,
Yeah. That's decent. That's normal weather.
yeah, I mean, this just has been much. You're right. I think, and I will say that I think most people have been pretty patient with the cold. I hear most people say, oh, it's just an old New England winter. I don't know that it's that. Um, I've been hearing different things that may have caused it, but whatever, it's cold. So, you got to deal with it. I'm wearing 3 layers. I'm making the best of it. Wearing a lot of my knit Giants hat around the house, or at least a lid like this to stay warm. Keep
Yeah.
keep it warm up there. I don't have that much coverage anymore. But speaking of coverage, we got to get to the news. I've got today. Oh my gosh, this is the busiest time of the year for TV news people, especially when we got the Olympics on NBC. When we do have news, we're trying to showcase some of the great work that we do. So we just had a really good piece on last night. You can still see it online. It was about the Mimi Torres Garcia case and some of the criticism of how the DCF has handled it. And this isn't Len Besthoff criticizing them. This is somebody who worked for the agency for decades, who said there were mistakes. So check that out on NBCConnecticut.com. Sorry for the plug. And let's do the fun stuff first.
Yeah.
No news. Let's hold off on the news for a few minutes. It's I got some hard news and I guess some happier news, maybe.
Okay. So what I've been watching, stuck on the Rookie Blue still. I'm almost done actually.
Mhm.
Got a couple like 2 more seasons. It just gets more interesting and interesting.
Really?
But yeah. But I gotta find a new show after that one. And my food dish is a chicken wrap, but it gotta have lettuce, cheese, a little bit of honey mustard, and just a little bit of onion.
That sounds good. That sounds
Yeah.
good. What kind of cheese? That's the key question, I think.
I like mozzarella cheese, shredded. And you can use like any kind of chicken, baked chicken, fried chicken. Yeah.
I've got such a hankering right now for buffalo chicken because that's such a Super Bowl thing. When of course we'll probably be getting to the Super Bowl at some point. I don't have it in my rundown, but we'll see. Maybe you're gonna hit something there. Um, you know, buffalo chicken dip, buffalo chicken wings are so, you know, within the tapestry of the Super Bowl, woven into it. And not to have it was not upsetting or anything, but it was a noticeable absence. And so I am just ready for some buffalo. There's a place nearby here that makes a buffalo chicken mac and cheese, which is
Oh
got a little
yeah.
heat, but it's good. That wasn't my food though. My food, Mrs. B tried something really cool. Are we on food or are we on entertainment? I can't remember.
I did both of mine.
Okay, you did a double. Okay. So I'll segue over to food. Mrs. B did a cool one last week. It's a kit kind of thing, but it was neat. Cauliflower pizza.
Oh yeah,
Had it?
yeah. I eat any kind of pizza.
Well, we're from Connecticut, right? Um, yeah, I'm in the same boat, Rome, and it was really good. Never filling enough for me because I eat. It's the one thing I eat like a monster. I'll knock down a large New York style pie in one
Oh
sitting.
yeah,
I got no
yeah.
problem doing that. I sort of scare myself when I'm ripping through it, but I can do it. But nothing else. I mean, if you saw what I ate for lunch, you'd be like, my Lord, eat like a bird. So, yeah, cauliflower pizza, highly recommend it. As far as the entertainment, we had such a good time this weekend watching sports. There was just so much on there. And in our case, I mean, obviously there's a Super Bowl. But then there was other stuff too. Like we watched UConn against St. John's men's basketball Friday night. Um, the women were just rolling through people, so we didn't watch those games. But I have a feeling they may be in the championship. We'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed for the women.
So
And I know Sarah Strong took a night off for rest there or something, right?
yeah.
But then the other men's basketball game Saturday, like, I worked down south for a long, long time. And so I know college hoops down there to some degree. And so I saw on the schedule for Saturday that Carolina and Duke were playing. And Carolina is not as good as they normally are, but both teams are ranked. And so we watched that game, and it was down to the buzzer. I think Carolina did not have a lead the whole game. And then with like 1 second or something to go, dude sunk a three and they won the game. So it was just, and then, what happens down in Chapel Hill is everybody runs out onto Franklin Street and it's a big party and all kinds of crazy stuff. So that was awesome. And, my advice is this time of the year, it's what's called conference play right now. And it's a great time to watch college basketball, even if you don't, um, really have a team you follow. All you got to do is if you see two teams that are ranked in either men's or women's basketball that are playing, in a game, as long as they're both like a top 25, it's pretty much a guarantee it's going to be a great game, or it's got the chance of being. And then, like, if you watch conference play like the Big East, which I literally was raised on, any of it is good just because they're such longtime rivals. It's a very physical kind of college basketball. It's a lot of fun to watch. So
Yeah.
that's where I go with that. So that's my entertainment. I sort of was doing a fudge here. I got a lot of sports going on right now. I've already talked about the Olympics and college basketball. We've even hit a little Super Bowl. What's your sport? You didn't say that one, did you? I can't, I
No,
can't keep track today. Yeah.
I gotta go with the Seahawks because I didn't think they were gonna win. So that was a big one to beat the Patriots.
So you didn't think so. Why
Nah,
didn't you think they were going to win?
Patriots, they win a lot. When I was watching the first beginning of the game, they were spanking them, the Seahawks. So I was like, I don't think they're gonna come back.
It was, whoa, lost my computer. It was quite, excuse me one sec. Let me log back in. We're having too much fun talking about the fun stuff. I got the news on my computer here. Yeah, it was a really good game. For a little while. I mean, look, I'm a Giants fan. Again, go Big Blue. So, I liked seeing the Patriots lose. Sorry, New England. But I grew up in North Jersey, and I'm a Giants fan. But I got to live with that. Wow, the sun's getting strong here. My God, let me make an adjustment for him. Ooh, that's a little better. So anyway, yeah, I mean, the Patriots were dominant all season. The criticism was that they hadn't played a lot of teams with winning records, and that's true. And so maybe, you know, the checks finally came due for them. And they played a team that had a great defense. What happened in our household is myself and our youngest daughter thought that the Patriots would win, even though the Seahawks should have won. Just we both thought they were better, but we just thought, like you, that the Patriots always find a way to win. And then her boyfriend is a huge Patriots fan, so of course he thought the Patriots were going to win. And then Mrs. B was steadfast. She said, "Nope, the Seahawks are better. They're going to win." And she was right. So no betting or wagering in this house. Not that that's a problem. You know, occasionally we'll have a fun bet, but we don't, you know, we didn't have any money riding on it. How about you? So were you betting or no betting?
No bad. I was thinking about it, but no bad.
I get in trouble with that stuff. Boy, I'm looking at my photo or video here. I am having trouble with light. As long as it's not bothering you, it's not bothering me. I'm trying to
No, it's
fill it
good.
in.
It's
Yeah,
good. I
what's
need
that?
the sun. It's good. I like sun's coming out.
Yeah, it feels good. I got to tell you. I mean, the view's fabulous. That's why I love being up here in the office. But I guess we should get to the news and not just talk about the views. Oh, I have my sport. Again, did you say your sport? I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Right. Um, okay, so my sport is today. Spring training starts for baseball. Now, the way it works, though, for Major League Baseball, minor league baseball, is that it really slowly cranks up. If you heard about it, I guess Trunk Day was a few weeks back in Boston. That's where they bring all the gear down to Fort Myers. It's a big like ceremony kind of thing that they do. Um, and it's like a slow rollout. And so, you know, a lot of the training staff and equipment staff, they're on their way there or they are there. And now you're starting to get what's called pitchers and catchers reporting, because a lot of times they need to start earlier for a variety of reasons. I'm not going to get in deep with it. So you're going to start seeing video and pictures of baseball players down now at spring training, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that. I'm a huge baseball fan. You know, go Yard Goats, and you'll probably see me wearing one of their hats on one of our podcasts here. And you know, let's go. It's going to be a great season. I hope. I hope there's this some clouds on the horizon, free agency and negotiation wise. I guess there may be a strike in 2027. So enjoy it this year.
Yeah, I gotta get out to some games.
Yes. Yeah, Yard Goats are the best. And maybe we'll do that. And we'll do golf. It'll be a crazy podcast.
Yeah,
We
be a
can
good
get you
one.
in the NBC suite, which is fun. My God, this sun is just on the move, bro. We're just gonna we're gonna move while we go while we're on air today.
Sun's coming out.
It is. It doesn't bother me, but it just looks funny. Hold on. Let me pull one shade.
All right.
Timeout. TV timeout. Just moments here. Let's do that. You don't have to edit. I'm fine. All right. I'm back. So sorry. Not better. Okay. So I'm just gonna live with this. I'm fine with it. So let's talk a little news real quick, and we'll get this light thing down. But it's again comfortable for me. Big story in the last week or two about a place called the Concierge Apartments in Rocky Hill. And you know, we started today talking all about the weather, and that really is a factor right now. If you know, it doesn't really matter if you own a home or you rent a home, wherever you're living, just really keep an eye on, you know, your plumbing and the temperature in your house, all those, you know, your roof, watching for ice dams. It, like we said, this colder weather seems to be subsiding at least for a week. But you really want to keep an eye on these things because, this whole situation over at the concierge apartments in Rocky Hill, it's a massive apartment complex, hundreds of units. They're dealing with no heat, no hot water, broken pipes. It's a big mess, and people are having to be evacuated out of there, or the buildings are being evacuated, excuse me. And hundreds of people are having to leave, and it's a massive drain on resources for the town, and a lot of folks are being incredibly inconvenienced, and that is barely the tip of the iceberg. I'm not doing that justice, I'll be frank, but what I can tell you from this reporter's notebook is that this place used to be called Century Hills. I think still on some legal documents it's Century Hills LLC, and I can go back to when I worked at a different station in Connecticut, and there were issues there that I covered. I mean, fires, and other people were calling me about leaks and things like that. And, I can't give you data, chapter and verse that there were horrible issues back then, but, it certainly was a blip on the radar screen a long time ago. So, coming back to the bigger thing, just keep an eye on your house or your home in terms of the weather. Make sure windows and doors are, shut tightly and all that kind of stuff. I don't need to get into the basics, but it's a tough time of the year, more than normal. And
Yeah.
you're going to see some water main breaks now too as things warm up. A lot of times that's when it happens.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been taking a peek, Rome, looking at things.
Yeah, all the pipes, checking the hot water, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So another really interesting story I saw, and all these stories come from NBCConnecticut.com. You can check them out there. This one was really interesting. Trumbull police, down in Fairfield County, they arrested a 13-year-old from Bridgeport, 13-year-old, for firing a handgun during a dispute at the Trumbull Mall back in December. The reason I brought this one up is, yeah, sure. You hear about arrests like this. It's certainly troubling that it's a 13-year-old, A, that had a gun, and B, that this 13-year-old fired the gun. It's troubling, but you always wonder a lot of times when you watch our news or someone else's, or you read or you're listening on the radio, well, what happened with that case? You don't always hear. And so I thought it was good to share this one just because police did catch this kid. You always think they're going to get away with it. They're just running, and, they may not be. I'm not sure how they got him. This all had to do with a heated argument between teenagers the day after Christmas. It was a single shot, but still a shot fired in a mall, and no one was hurt. The juvenile was charged with attempted assault in the first degree. He's going to have a tough road for a while here, and that's really sad. But it is interesting that police do catch these folks. I think we all need to know that. Not every time, not all the time. But you think like just an incident like that the kid's going to get away with it. And that, it just happened so quickly and no one really saw anything. But somehow this happened in December. It's a few months later now, and they caught the kid. And then this one is sort of our fun story. Do you do ice skating at all?
I like ice skating.
Really? Where do you go?
When I was a kid, my mom used to take me all the time to a place in Hartford. I think it was in either Hartford or West Hartford.
Well, there's another place over in Newington. That's it's called the Ice Arena. They got a lot of hockey there. Honestly, I go there not to skate. Those days are long gone for me, I think. But
Same.
I wasn't really good. Are you a good ice skater? Because I was not.
I was good. I was able to like spin around, skate backwards. I tried last year, lost it all completely.
Really?
Yeah, I had to hold the wall. I couldn't even like move.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's yeah, it sounds probably like you just got to get in, more better condition to do it, I'm sure you could. Like the moves, it was like the brain was telling you what to do, but the body couldn't do it, or even the brain wasn't telling you what to do anymore.
Both. I like when I got out there, I thought I had it, but like my body just wasn't doing it. I was like, oh no, I lost it.
Okay, well, I mean, you can get it back. Like I was a soccer coach for a long time, and one of the things I would always say is once you show it, you own it. So, um, if you want to, you can.
Yeah.
But either way, this sort of brings us back to what we started with. Like we like to do that in TV news, tell a story and start with the something and bookend it. So Newington Ice Arena, great place to go to ice skate. I go and play golf up in the top of the arena. They've got two of those virtual golf things, and we get lessons there. Mrs. B and I, and that place got evacuated, the building, Saturday night due to crews detecting carbon monoxide, which is another really important thing that you want to make sure you have detectors in your home and you keep the batteries replaced and charged if they're rechargeables, because this stuff comes on fast. I mean, check this out. At the arena, they started getting reports that people were getting headaches and starting to vomit. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, I know. So like carbon monoxide's really serious. And what the chief or the volunteer fire captain said was that they were getting readings as high as 200 parts per million. I don't know enough about his business to tell you that's high, but what he said is that usually if they get anything that's 40 or 50 parts per million, that requires firefighters to go in so they can, investigate further. So again, weather seems to be backing off. These are my final words today. But stay alert in terms of ice. You don't want to slip. To keep an eye on your home in terms of the pipes and all that stuff, and make sure your carbon monoxide detectors are charged up and ready to go, because these things happen. But everything's fine at the Newington Ice Arena now. So, but
Okay, good. That's good.
yeah. So you got anything big going this week?
Um, more work. Valentine's Day's coming up.
That's right. All right, maybe we'll talk about that next week. I want to see what ideas you got
Okay.
that you follow through with. I'm not sure right now. I'm sort of bankrupt, but that can change quickly.
Yeah, it'll change.
Yeah, I'll get some. All right, man. Good seeing you, and we'll catch you next week.
All right. See you next week, my friend.
Take care, Rome.
All right, you too, then.